Today we're here to showcase the difference from your traditional helper bag system and our Aeroleaf.
Okay, so driveways here.
Hi there, Zack here from Universal Air, and today we're here to showcase the difference from your traditional helper bag system and our Aeroleaf. On this vehicle here, owned by Dana, is equipped with your traditional helper spring in the back, and this is our test mule and it has the Aeroleaf system in the rear. Both of these trucks do have the factory magnetic ride system, which works very well. However, once you start loading it up and using it as an actual truck, the need for some type of load support becomes apparent.
My name's Tom Barilla. I've been messing with trucks and cars since I was 10 years old. Used to run pre-runners, side-by-sides now. The Denali sitting behind me, I've driven quite a bit, loaded and unloaded now. The truck rides beautifully stock. But once you put the helper bags in, you can feel it just over the, like the little bumps in the freeways and stuff. You just feel the back end being a little bit more rigid.
This is kind of my ride quality visualizer.
Yeah.
See the water.
Yeah, we can definitely put the bottle in there. We can always take the lid off and stand above and see how much mess we can make.
Man, this truck is nice inside.
Thank you, Dana.
Wow. This is the helper bags empty?
Either 5 pounds.
Okay, that's what the minimum is, right?
Yeah, I'll check it right now. Yeah, 5 pounds. Big difference, huh?
I definitely feel a lot more of the rock inside.
Right.
It's been so long since I've driven one of these stock.
Well, let's see, you get jerked around a lot more.
100%. All right, so 45. Here we go.
It's pretty settled.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
45.
Yeah, this one should be interesting.
Oh, geez.
That's night and day. That's absolutely night and day difference. I didn't expect it to be that much, quite honestly. So as good as this truck is stock, it's still not even close. But you can definitely tell the difference between the bag ride and a leaf spring ride. Definitely takes some of the buck out of it. Like just even riding down the street, you can tell. But you can feel the truck. It's just more rigid. Everything we do. Like you went around that corner in the other truck, and it was a lot smoother. But you can feel a lot more road feel out of this. The truck in front of us bounced decent.
Here's 35.
Yeah, you don't get that stiff leaf spring feel.
Oh, so she is like smack in the back of the head.
Right, almost the head, almost like the headrest come up and slapping you.
Yeah.
It's more like the off-road suspension where you feel the suspension working underneath you, but you don't have the body roll or the rigidness. Yeah, there's the buck. It's just like you're getting, like you said, getting slapped in the back of the head. And these were the easy tracks. See, but it feels more like a car ride now.
Yeah.
It's less like a truck and more like a car. It really is.
But honestly, these things stock it drove wonderful.
They do. They drive great, but it still drives like a truck.
Yeah.
I mean, you never. I would say you're never going to take that out of it. Obviously, this is a big, huge step forward in it, but it feels more like a car. It doesn't feel like a straight axle. I think it's the best way I could put it. It doesn't feel like a straight axle back suspension now.
45 on here too.
Yeah, I think this is the worst one.
Really? That's the worst one?
There was like nothing there.
So what's your thoughts?
I think it's definitely an improved ride quality over leaf spring, for sure. It like I said, it feels a lot more like you're driving a car versus a truck. But I can understand the complaint now.
But I mean, it's a $90,000 truck.
I know. But you sit there and you think about it, it's like, okay, it's a beautiful truck. They're great trucks, but it still rides like a truck. I mean, there was a big difference, just even that right there. There was a big difference in the way they feel. Like all this is, you feel it more, for sure. But it's a pogo.
Yeah.
You constantly feel it doing this. The front end's real nice, and then the back has that, what I always call the leaf spring feel.
So what was the biggest difference that you saw on this round versus the last one?
The truck is a lot more rigid than the Aeroleaf suspension. You definitely feel more road, and you feel every bump transition through the truck a lot more. It's just a lot more rigid. The ride quality, even as nice as this truck is, the Aeroleaf ride quality is just better.
So seeing what it could be makes you feel like this one feels like it got worse.
Yeah, yeah. As nice as this was when I drove this about 50 miles this morning on the freeway getting here, and I was like, man, the truck ride's really nice. And then I rode in the Aeroleaf truck, and it's night and day difference. The Aeroleaf truck feels a lot more like it's a car. I mean, it's plain and simple. It feels like it rides more like a car and less like a truck. So,
why don't you go and drive it?
Even this, you can tell right now, this is way different just going through the parking lot.
Yeah, it's not as harsh of a jerk.
Yeah, even the side to side, just coming out of the parking lot, it's not as harsh. Where the first thing you really noticed was when we came out of this driveway last time. That it snaps you back. But see, you get jerked around a lot more.
Notice anything different when you accelerate?
Yes, but I can't describe it.
Feels like your back end's lifting instead of squatting.
See, like that right there, that's a bad transition on a leaf spring. That was nothing. That was like when I go over it in a car. Yeah, no, when you go over the train tracks, it's a lot more steady. Yeah.
Feel the lift?
Yeah, you feel it lift.
And say, try braking real quick. It's a trip to get used to where it's literally pushing the tire into the ground for more traction. See how the back end's squatting?
Yeah, it's not nose diving.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally different. That's weird. That's a different feeling.
But to me, it's more confidence inspiring because it feels like it's pulling the truck down.
It's sucking down to the ground to like get more traction to stop. Whereas you drive anything else and it nose dives and
rolls back.
Yeah. It's like with leaf spring, when you hit a driveway on an angle, you get whipped back and forth really bad.
So let me know what speed you're hitting this at.
Okay, so we're 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. We would never even attempt that.
Well, we'll do it on the next round.
Yeah, well, we'll attempt it. But yeah, it's just a dead feeling. Like it goes in and it doesn't rebound back on you at all.
The majority of that's because we're not building as much force. When you start engaging those leaves, it's going to start adding more and more capacity.
So like even coming out of a driveway right there, we don't get whipped around like we were in the other truck. But it's just like, even like this right here, it's such a smoother ride.
It's something you should keep in mind. You pay attention to your speed because you'll get busted doing too many speeding tickets. It doesn't feel like you're going
because you're not feeling all the bumps anymore. But even all this every day, I mean, I drive this road every single day. This is my route home from work every single day. And in the car, it's no big deal.
So you're Highlander, right?
Yeah. So this compares way more to driving like my Toyota Highlander than it does driving a truck right now. But see, this right here, this is really chattery in a leaf spring truck all the time.
Yeah, because you're always on this freeway right here.
I'm on this every single day. Like right here. That upsets that upsets every car a lot right there. But just even that right there, it's not jarring at all. It's really choppy.
Even this.
But there's no chatter whatsoever.
That's what I was kind of hoping for, like a direct side-by-side, fresh in your memory.
Right.
Experience it this way, experience it that way.
I know when we first talked to my wife about the Aeroleaf, and you were mentioning, like it gets rid of that buck. She's like, oh, it's a truck. It's the way they're supposed to ride. And it's like, no, I guess apparently it doesn't have to. It's like you can have, and I think that's probably the biggest feature, is you can have a comfortable ride with all your towing capacity now.
Right. Run this red light.
Came to a complete stop somewhere mid crosswalk. I get 2 types of tickets.
Running from the cops and hitting them?
No, running red lights and violating the right turn. Sign says 15 miles an hour on the dip, and cars in front of us are coming to almost to a complete stop. So 40 miles an hour. Okay, so
that's a big dip.
That's a big dip. That's a big dip. That actually moved the truck around, but it was very settled and controlled. You hit that 40, anything else, and
yeah, we gotta do that Danish truck too.
Let me go back and do it at 30.
Okay.
Because I'm not doing that at 45 in Danish truck. I can tell you that right now. That's not gonna feel good.
To me, that at 45 wasn't as bad as Dana's over the railroad tracks. We fully bottomed out. We hit our bump stops that we still have, and it wasn't uncontrollable, didn't unsettle the vehicle. It was just a huge bump.
Right, yeah, it was just a big bump, but it was very settled. That's the big thing I think we can take from that is, yes, it was a big bump. Okay, well, it happened. But the truck was super settled. I didn't grab the wheel tighter. The way this is you could drive this every day.
That's why you spend all your money on a truck, right? You don't need just for towing.
Right, well, see, and
use it as your driver.
Yeah, well, with his being a diesel, he gets 25, 26 miles a gallon. My Highlander gets 21 at best. So you make that ride like a car, you quite literally could sit here and drive that every day, be comfortable, and get good gas mileage and drive what you want to drive. I'd rather be in a truck every day than driving the family car around. And if it got better gas mileage, then, everybody should be happy. You definitely feel a difference in the way they brake too, because there's no big nosedive. Okay, so this time, but you can already feel it.
A lot more rocking.
Yep. Dana's been texting me, asking me for updates.
He's like, am I buying an Aeroleaf or am I leaving it alone?
Oh, he's buying an Aeroleaf, I promise. All you got to see is the head bounce off that one bump, and that's a given.
We're in a lot more comfortable seats too.
The interior is definitely nice and plush in this one. Okay, so driveway.
Okay. Said what? 15?
15? Where's my 5 point? No cars coming.
15?
That was 14 miles an hour.
Chicken foot.
Yep. And my feeling is we could have done it in the other truck probably 3 times as fast, but you still felt that more than you felt the other truck.
Yeah.
And then you also feel nosedive.
Yep.
Like your whole body wants to fall forward, whereas you don't feel that in the other one. 50 miles an hour. You feel the road more. It's not bouncy per se, but you do feel like we weren't feeling any of this.
That's a lot more like a short and sharp.
Right. Feels like you're in a truck.
No, don't get me wrong. I think this as a truck
Ride's very nice.
Yeah. I just don't like the medium to large bumps or the dips.
Yeah, those tend to be no. Those are not the most enjoyable ones.
You're not getting on this road.
So you feel like right here, you feel the translation awful.
Oh, it's crazy how different it is. I'm not used to the back to back to back. It's
right. Like the comparison's nice because we literally did this 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and to get it right back to back, you can really tell the difference in ride quality.
It definitely feels like we're driving a lot faster too.
Right, it does.
Even though we're not going the same speed.
Yeah, we're keeping the speed right around where we were, but it definitely feels like you're, I guess with more rigidity, it feels like we're moving faster.
This is the ultimate truck.
It says so right on the fender.
Yeah, this is
ultimate.
This is GM's ultimate.
This is the best they say they can do. Let's see, I was getting a little warm on my back, and I turned on my air-conditioned seat right now.
Damn ultimate.
That is a nice feature, let me tell you. When you gotta remember, our biggest dip's still coming. So
we're not doing 45.
We're not gonna do 45 here. this is not going to happen. Put a big disclaimer at the bottom.
Did not go 45.
Did not do 45. This is a good sized driveway too. That was 6 miles an hour in that driveway. Okay, so this one's 25?
Yeah, that's what we did going back
Okay.
to 25. And we have 5 pound in the helper bag, which is our minimum recommended,
Right.
and unloaded. Yeah, that's a little more.
That's a little more. We didn't feel anything. You hear the water sloshing when we hit that one. I didn't feel comfortable hitting that at 45 like we did in the other truck.
Almost feels like that 25 was worse than that 45 in the other one.
Yes. I mean, just even right there, you can hear the water sloshing. We didn't have that at all. Like, I forgot the water bottle was even there in the other truck.
I just think it's funny. I've designed the kit, I made the kit, and without the back-to-back, I knew it was better, but not this much better. This is like...
We didn't even feel that when we went over it last time. At all. At all. Just like a normal car wouldn't really feel that bump. So, what can we say? Safely, helper bag, 70s, 80s technology. You know, it's the way it's been done forever.
Well, no, honestly, I look at it, yes, the helper bag is meant for its purpose of helping your squats.
Right.
100% does that.
Right.
However, I think that there's room for improvement where it solved the squat issue, but it introduced more...
A ride quality issue.
Yeah, when you're unloaded.
A lot of older people in their retirement have fifth wheels, have trailers. They go on long, drawn-out trips.
Right.
And so that truck is their round-town vehicle when they're traveling. And as we get older, all of us, including, that's myself being one of them, is ride quality becomes more important to you the older you get, because it hurts to do a long trip in a car that rides poorly.
Yeah.
The other truck was definitely, you have an excitement level to get in and drive because you know how comfortable that ride's going to be. There's a big difference there. And to me, that's probably the most normal thing you would do is across an intersection like that right there. You cross the intersection, you're 15 miles an hour, and oops, there's a bigger driveway than you thought, and you end up with that big shock.
Right, but this is a truck, it's not a Corvette. You don't slow down for driveways.
I don't slow down for driveways. Never have. Just in lowriders. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. I haven't towed with a 1500 gas motor. No, but you can already tell the difference just on this.
Really?
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Like you can feel it. It's having to work.
Well, I'm used to driving my fifth wheel, so I don't tow much in the tow behind. All right, so 30 over the first train tracks.
Jeez, that's not bad. That's
definitely feel the trailer pushing us.
Yeah, you feel the trailer back there, but the ride is
almost the same.
Yeah, it really is. That's the thing. It's what we're feeling is the trailer tugging us.
Hitched it up and self-leveled with the weight.
Yep.
Back at the same exact physical height. Definitely slapping the water bottle with the trailer pushing us.
Yeah, but that's all trailer bucking.
Yeah.
And and it's a tail heavy trailer too.
We'll see what it's like once you get in the other truck. How's braking with the weight?
No nosedive whatsoever. Usually I can feel a push from the trailer, and we don't have a lot of, you can feel there's almost no
trailer brake?
There's almost no trailer brake working right now. And in the other truck, when I towed the trailer over to the spot, I had to readjust the trailer brakes. They were fresh.
Even these bumps, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm one finger driving right now, and I don't usually do that. So, yeah, it's super stable.
We do get the old faithful tow behind.
You get the tow behind feel, but it's not the head slapper though.
No, it's not.
When you're on leaf spring, you get it a lot. You're gonna get it a lot more. I can already tell. But like this, all these road bumps are nothing.
Lift?
Yeah. But see, you feel it.
Yeah.
There. I mean,
even with the trailer.
We're talking what? We're guessing somewhere between 1,700 pounds of tongue weight or better. But see, the truck's very flat too.
Yeah, it's not
making the turn. Whereas I think what I'm expecting to feel with the other one is we're going to feel more of a lean because of the weight of the trailer. On the other truck, we'll run about 45 pounds of pressure in those helper bags. So we're putting quite a bit of pressure into it all.
I can tell you right now, we're way over 45.
Yeah, but this is carrying the whole truck versus...
Correct, and also it's leverage, so it's putting more weight on the bag than what the truck is experiencing. But we do that so that way we get more travel, so it builds less force. By mounting straight axle to frame, it's a 1-to-1. We're at like a 1.7 right now on this truck in particular. So that means you can get 1.7 inches of wheel movement for an inch of bag movement. So it's a lot more supple over everything.
Yeah.
Not to mention you have the leaf spring building force plus your bag building force. Why it gets so much harsher when you're trying to go over medium and large bumps especially.
Okay. Just like you see with a big rig, every time they shift gears, the back will lift and then it settles. And it'll lift and it'll settle. This is doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Whereas the leaf spring, you just...
Well, the leaf spring will allow
it wraps. It wraps. Now this, we've got a big trailer behind it, and I haven't towed with a half-ton truck more than what we're doing right now in 12 years because I won't do it.
You got scared with it. Huh?
I got blown a lane and a half out towing this exact trailer with everything that's in it, same setup, and I was told by my wife to buy a bigger truck because that was ridiculous. So, and then I drove it in the same conditions with the bigger truck and totally different results. The truck's so stable. That's the thing, is like this is a road that has a lot of little bumps in it. So for that, like you're saying, this is the normal type of driving that you're gonna do where again, the truck's riding flawlessly. But see, like the truck stays dead flat making a turn like that.
Okay.
And I think what we're going to notice in the other one is that you will feel a little bit more of a sway.
So how fast can you hit this at with your trailer?
We're going to go at it at 40.
40?
And we're going to go middle lane.
You're doing 40 in Dana's truck. Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. It's 38 miles an hour.
Okay.
That's 38 miles an hour, 7,000 plus pounds in the back, and that was nothing. And we bobbleheaded it in the other truck. You can definitely tell the ride's different.
Yeah, I think it rides a lot better now than it did unloaded, for sure.
But again, this is where the helper bag is supposed to shine. It helps, but it doesn't hold a bag of water to the Aeroleaf when it comes to unloaded weight. I mean, you still feel more of a jar here.
Yeah, it's a lot harsher.
Yeah, it's a lot harsher.
I feel like this rides a lot better now than it did before.
Unloaded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not in comparison to the other
was
truck.
Almost the same. Loaded, unloaded.
Loaded, unloaded. The only thing you felt different was the trailer itself.
Correct.
And this is gonna pogo all the same. Except for building rate, right?
Well, to me, it feels like the pogo on this, it gets harsher and sharper.
But here it's like even right there, instead of it being super smooth on the leave like it was in the other truck with the Aeroleaf, this you feel it's more chattery. Whereas the other truck has a smoother ride to it. You definitely can tell this is different.
A lot more of these manhole covers too.
You feel every manhole cover, whereas with the other one, we didn't feel anything. So if you remember correctly,
we didn't feel the road nuts.
This right here, you're gonna feel this one. See, and in the other truck, it was 1. We went to and this we just had 4, maybe 5 bounces. So you know, the amount of time it's taking to control it, the truck's actually working harder. And I don't know if you can feel it, but I feel the push.
Yeah. It's like a constant, like you're riding a horse.
Yeah, and you got the buck all the time. Plus, even when you're braking, like I feel more of a push from the trailer. That's why I turned the gain down to match what we had.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what it felt like, because the other truck feels like it, you know, you don't feel it squatting, but it feels like it's planted.
Well, instead of getting thrown out of your seat, it feels like it's going down.
Yeah, it's like it's weird to explain. Like when you hit the brakes, you feel like you're being thrown forward.
Right. With
The Aeroleaf, you never felt that sensation right there.
Yeah.
Not once. No matter how much we hit the brakes, I never felt that sensation at all. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like I'm getting wandered around a little more than I had been. I'm definitely putting more steering input into it to stay tracking than I was with the other truck.
I definitely feel like the difference between loaded, I can definitely see if I was to purchase the helper bags, put them in loaded, I'd be significantly happier. It's a lot better.
Right.
But I'd almost feel like I would want to uninstall them.
Take them out when you're not driving with them, because they're such a detriment to it.
And then put them back in whenever I'm in the tow. But then even the difference between unloaded factory and unloaded Aeroleaf, I still feel that Aeroleaf is better. But as far as the difference between this thing loaded with Aeroleaf and loaded with the helper bag, the difference isn't nearly as much.
I went out and I bought this trailer. I had a 1500. I put helper bags on it to support the weight. I put all kinds of mods into the motor and everything else to try to get power to pull it. Still got 4 miles to the gallon and it rode absolutely terrible. So, and then I went to a 2500, which tows the weight great, but rides miserable. So,
to me, it's also more about, realistically, you buy a truck to tow your trailer. You tow your trailer 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Right, and you've sacrificed your ride all the time.
Right, and you're always driving it unloaded majority of the time.
Right.
So unloaded, you suffer there just to have the capacity.
Which again was your inspiration to do what you did, was to make the ride quality better unloaded and still have the efficiency or the result of what the helper bag will do at the end of the day.
And help. Yeah, exactly.
So it's helping, plus you also improve the ride quality without a doubt. We all agree that we were apprehensive about hitting things with the helper bag, whereas we kind of just charged some stuff with the Aeroleaf truck.
Right.
You know, we hit that one huge dip, and we all agreed that no, we're not going back and doing that on a leaf spring. That just, I mean, it was a big hit in the Aeroleaf, but it was very controlled and it settled down very quickly. And I think that's one thing I've noticed, the difference between the helper bag and the Aeroleaf is that the truck settles faster. Even if there's a big hit, it settles faster too.
Okay.
You're not getting that compound rate, whereas as you're building pressure, it gets more rigid. So it's just a better, all around better ride quality. And the braking authority, I think maybe it's mental, maybe it's not, but the braking authority when we're stopping feels like I have to put more input in to the helper bag and leaf spring truck than we do with the Aeroleaf, because it wants to pull itself down. It just feels like it stops a little bit better with the trailer behind it, and then also with unloaded as well. Be a fun test.
What's that?
Braking test.
See if it's shorter.
Yeah. See if you've improved braking distance.
Time for another day.
Time for another day.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. That was fun.